Good morning, I am Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you. Going to spend some time talking to you about you and your business. And as usual, we've got a lot to talk about, so I'm going to jump straight into it. We have a regular feature we've done now for years on the Price of Business. We call it Business on the Front Lines, and it's a segment I do with my good friend William Edmundson with Abbey Executive Suites, and they really are on the front lines of what's happening in the business world out there, and I'm always delighted to get him on the show. How are you today, William?
I'm doing great, Kevin. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Let's talk real quickly before we get started on the topic. Let's you introduce as well at this time. Tell us about Abbey.
Sure. I know a lot of your listeners know about Abbey, but for those who don't, Abbey is a Houston-based chain of executive suites. And what we have, Kevin, is we've got 17 locations around Houston, as well as we're in San Antonio, New Orleans, and Dallas. And we have fully furnished offices available for people to use as their primary office, to use as a branch office, however they see fit. And we've got full phone answering, we've got conference rooms, we handle their mail, and we'll do any kind of project they need. We also have a couple of other products. One is we've got what's really been popular is a virtual office offering, and what that is that's a combination of phone answering, mail service, and meeting rooms, and we let people really custom design how much of each of those three components they have based on their business needs. And then the third product that we have is any of your listeners can come in and use a conference room at Abbey, and it's significantly cheaper than the price that you would pay to use a meeting room at a hotel. A lot of people don't think about using an executive suite for it, but if you think about how passé it is to have a meeting in Starbucks or to have a meeting, at a coffee shop somewhere, that's not credible and doesn't really let your business project the image of success.
And what's awesome about that is there's no contracts with that.
That's right. Yeah, for somebody just using a meeting room rather. We can sign you up. You can walk right in. It's very simple, very easy to do. We'll get you going right away.
Yeah, what kind of investments are people looking at to have a meeting using your offices?
Yeah, we've got different types of rooms available, but for $50 an hour for someone who's not an Abbey member already, that's quite reasonable. If you look at hotels, which I was in the hotel industry for about 25 years, hotels typically will make you take multiple hours, usually half-day increments. And a lot of times the hotels will be 3-4 times what we're charging, if not more. Plus, if you go to a larger hotel, they're going to charge you food and beverage minimums, where you've got to have the catering in from them. With Abbey, if you need to have a meal catered for your meeting, if you want to have some sandwiches brought in or something like that, we're able to handle that for you, and we just put a small service fee on the actual cost, rather than making you order something with the banquet menu, which the hotels would do.
Yeah, no question about it. I think it's phenomenal value. What do you got as far as the topic for us today?
Yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about this big trend in virtual offices and just let the listeners hear a little bit about that. Kevin, a lot of people don't realize how untethered everybody has come from, having to sit at your desk and do your work all day. With the advent of all the technology, it's amazing what you can do with an iPhone. It's amazing what you can do with a laptop. People don't have to be tethered to their desks, so a lot of people now are not choosing a traditional office. Instead, they may be working from home. They may be working from their car. They may travel when they work. But what we're finding, excuse me, what we're finding is that a lot of people want to use the meeting room or want to be able to walk into a center like Abbey has, where we have a computer bar that people can walk in and plop right down and get online and do their work. We've probably tripled the amount of virtual clients that we have over the last year and a half to 2 years. And I think the main reason, Kevin, is, again, people have the option to pick a package that fits their business needs using components of, do they need a mail service, yes or no, with that credible address? Do they want phone answering, yes or no, and how do they want that handled? And then how often do you use the meeting rooms, and how much of the time do you need those, whether it be a boardroom or collaboration rooms that allow people to sit down and share what's on their computers on a flat-screen TV on the wall. And all of that while, when your guests come to the location, they're greeted by a friendly receptionist, they're served Starbucks coffee, and it's a professional environment and a leading business address in the city.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's a great value, and I believe it's the future. Honestly, I don't think there's a whole lot of future for commercial real estate outside of the virtual office and executive suite arena. I think you guys really are the future. I don't know. I think a lot of commercial buildings are going to be converted into residential buildings over time. I really do believe that.
Well, it's interesting because big companies, they're smart. They're taking a look right now at how much of their office space goes vacant during the course of a day. They're taking a look at how many people really don't come into the office to work. They're also looking at what is the cost associated with carrying all of that real estate every year. And you look at the prices in markets like Houston. They're not going down. The prices have all been going up for commercial real estate. And for a company to be able to take less space and have some flexible working space, or to use a company like Abby to let their employees go to have their meetings in a place like that has everything they need, it's a beautiful thing because they've reduced their costs, yet they still have the things that they need when they need them. They're just
fix that to wrap up with that point. By the way, how many times can you use the conference rooms each month with a virtual office?
That's a good question, and it varies depending on which package you want. We've got some introductory packages that start out with as little as just a few hours. I believe 5 is the smallest, but we've got some people that really take advantage of the conference rooms, and they buy additional increments. And
very good stuff. William Edmundson, he's a regular and has been now for quite some time here on The Price of Business. And you can learn more about him at abby.com. That's abby.com. Or you can email him, abby@abby.com. Their phone number?
Phone number, I'm going to give a different one today. You can reach us at 888-513-1470. Again, that's 888-513-1470. And do me a favor and let us know that you heard about us on The Price of Business.
Thank you very much. By the way, I do want to remind the listener, best content here, including this interview, will be found over there at the national news website, usdailyreview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. And you're listening to The Price of Business.